The Sankirtana movement is the prime benediction of for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
Nam Namakari Bhaudani Jasarva Saktis Tatrarpitani Amatasmarne Nakala Etadrashi Tavakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdhaiva Midrishani Hajanina Naragaha.
Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings. And thus you have hundreds and millions of names, like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energy. There are not in hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy name. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
Chanarapi Sunichena Tororapi Sahishmana Amanina Manadena Kirtanya Sadahari.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respects to others. In such a humble state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitamba Jagadishakamaye Mama Jamani Jamanishware Bhavatar Bhakti Rahaitaki Twai. Anyone?
Oh, Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service birth after birth.
Ainanda Tununja Kinkaram Patitamam Vishame Bhavamburo Kripaya Tava Parapankaja Stitaduli Sadirsham Vachintaya.
O son of Maharajananda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
Nayanam Galada Shudharya Varanam Gadkara Rudaya Gira Pulakir Nichitam Vapukara Tavanama Grahane Bhavishyati.
Oh Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering the moment to be like 12 years or more. More tears are flowing from my eyes like the torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all of vacant in the world in your obvious absence.
Yugayatam Nimishena Chakshusha Pravishayatam Sunyayatam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virhe Name. She already read that one, but we can read the other one. Oh my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? Ashli Shiva Pararatam Panastumam Madarshanam Mamahatam Korotuva Yata Tatava Vididhatulam Pato Maprananatastu Sevana Paraha.
I know no God, but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embarrassment or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before him. He's completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. All glories to Sri Chaitanya.
Shri Shikshastaka Ki Jai. What were you saying?
What?
What were you saying? You wanted this before we start reading? You said? You have to get the other book.
Wait for everybody.
Okay. So we left off, we were reading the prologue, the life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We did not finish. We just decided that we would finish today.
Well, we have to, where's the other book?
I think it's in the temple room.
Okay, while we're waiting, I want to ask a question. Who would like me to ask, who would like to answer it? Nobody look in their books for the answer. Everybody ready? If I could see you. Hey, we got Kavish. You want to try? Okay, here's the question. Now, you don't have to name them all, but there are 6 signs or symptoms of surrender. Do you remember what any of them are? Anyone else remember? Raise your hand or,
And you could
Say
just say
something.
one and someone else can say.
no, I
another.
told them that already. You don't have to say them all. Just one.
Faith on Krishna, that Krishna is my only protector.
Yes, that's one.
Very good.
Anybody else get any? You should feel always protected by the Lord.
Always be dependent on Krishna.
Yes, and always depend on Krishna. We got 2.
Being humble and meek.
Who said
Yeah.
that?
Kavish.
Oh, Kavish, again, yes, humble and meek, yes. 3. 3 more, without looking, nobody look. No cheating.
Accept only the favorable things.
I didn't hear what you said.
Except only the favorable things. Favorable.
Not exactly.
Can you add to that a little? Favorable for what?
Accept only the favorable things for devotional service.
Yes, yes, it makes favorable things for sense gratification. That don't help any. Okay, so now we got 4.
Rejecting the things that are unfavorable.
Yes, very good. Unfavorable for what?
To devotional service.
Yes. So there's one more. What's the other one? I gotta think of
I
it.
think I remember.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna remember it. I don't want to look. Does anyone else get the last one?
Let's see, you can pick on someone.
Is it-
She probably will. You already said that.
Did I say that?
How about,
Oh, I know what it is. Okay, nobody else? Who's
We
got-
said dependent, protector.
she will know or she might know.
Okay, how about Yuga Dharma? Do you know?
No, Pyari Prabhu, I am sorry, I don't remember.
Okay, that's right. Well, next one, we're gonna try Sudevi Priya. Do you know?
I don't remember, Prabhuji. I remembered the all other 5, but they're all taken. So,
We thought you would.
wait, let me think. Reject things that are unfavorable, accept things that are favorable for devotional service, think Krishna is the protector, think that you're dependent, you're dependent on him, and
Meek
then
and humble.
meek and humble. Yeah, that's the last one. I know I'm not meek and
Okay.
humble.
Okay, I think it's, I have no interest.
Yeah.
Wait, give us one more minute, Prabhuji. Let's
Okay.
think for one more minute.
Let's see how I can give it in a clue. Okay, I'll give you a hint. Something about interest.
That's a big one.
Whoever gets it.
Having party feelings.
Oh, well,
Always
No.
work in the interest of the Lord. I don't know.
Close.
close. Let's see.
Did we say maintainer?
Radhe?
Did we say maintainer?
We did. That was the
Yes.
first one.
Yes, Gitamal, pay attention.
The Ganapati Govind, do you know?
Ganapati Govinda, are you there?
Maybe it's not there.
Yeah, he's there.
Oh, you said interest, right? Oh, yeah, always work in the interest of the Lord. Isn't that what Sudevi
That's
Priya
what
said?
your sister just said, and that's partially right, but not.
Yeah, I think that's.
No, it's have no interest separate from
From
the interests of the Lord.
Lord.
But that's always working for the Lord's interest.
No interest separate. No, it's no interest separate. I won't accept anything.
Yeah, no interest separate from
Things-
the Lord.
Yeah,
That's
no
it.
separate interests. Sometimes things are worded a little differently.
Okay, I'll ask you another question. Even if you can only answer one of these, there's two answers. Nobody look in their books, nobody cheat. What did Lord Chaitanya say was the two great enemies of progress? Who's
Yeah,
that?
that's what I was.
Right.
Jennifer Ronnie said pride.
Pride.
No,
Eh,
I mean, pride is not a good thing,
right.
but it's
We're
not one of
looking
the
for
things.
specifically what
Enemies
it
of
said.
progress.
What did Lord
Okay.
Chaitanya say was the two great enemies of progress?
He said.
Is it Vaishnava Aparadh?
What?
Laziness.
No,
No,
no, don't guess. Don't just say anything. There's so many things.
he kind of said it.
He
started-
said it?
No, no, not this time, but
Oh,
the other
before,
answer.
yeah. He declared that,
Sectarianism, Prabhuji.
yes,
And one more.
Party
sectarianism was one of the great
And
enemies of progress, is sectarianism. We gave the example about guru, you know, like my guru, everybody should get initiated by my guru, blah, blah, blah. You know, this separates things, this
I
sectarianism.
didn't hear that.
Havish, you know the other one, right?
Yes, Mataji. Is it party feelings?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Party feelings. He said, he declared that party feelings and sectarianism were the two great enemies of progress.
What is party feelings?
Yeah, that's what was my question now.
It's like you really want to go to a party.
My party's better than yours. Any group you
You're a
you-
Republican, you're a Democrat, you
party.
just belong to some group, some party feelings, like that would be the same
But
thing. with-
isn't that the same as sectarianism?
Sectarianism, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, there must be a difference, just like there's humility and pridelessness are
Yeah.
two of the qualities of knowledge, and they're both listed. First, humility, then pridelessness. They're very similar, but there's some difference. So
Yeah.
you have to call in Webster to tell us what the exact difference is between party feelings and sectarianism. They may be very similar, but those are the great enemies of progress. So when you see somebody get, you know,
I think maybe the party feelings are more based on idealism, and the sectarian is more, the social, ethical, your ethnic,
I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to speculate on
sectarian
this.
due to your physical, and the party is more ideological.
Okay, so we're gonna continue reading. That was
Hare Krishna,
some-
Prabhu.
Yes?
Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Prabhupada. So Prabhu, if I don't understand that thing, see, if we don't think that our movement is the better than everyone else, then
No. That's we're not talking about our movement. We're talking about within our movement. No, we know our movement is better than anything else.
okay, Prabhu.
But within our movement, people think this, like, if people who are initiated by my guru is better, or previously, when everyone was initiated by Prabhupada, I was on Radha Damodar party. We thought our party was the best. We're the most Krishna conscious.
Or sannyasis are better than grahastas, you know.
Well,
or
that-
grahastas thinking they're better than somebody else.
Yeah, you could think that way. But in general, sannyasis usually are more advanced than grihastas, but it's not
As
a
an
fact.
outcome.
It's not like that's our philosophy. But lots of times they are. Although there's some sannyasis- What?
But remember, like running the temple, they thought one is better than the others, or brahmacharis are better than grahastas, or whatever. You know.
Yeah, brahmacharis are better than grihastas. No, but there was preaching like that. That was a preaching. Anybody who gets married is fallen, which is probably to some degree some truth to that.
That's not necessarily true for running a temple.
What?
That's not necessarily true for running a temple.
No, it's not true. It's not a philosophy at all. It's a bunch of fanatics who have a party spirit and
right.
It's
That's what I consider party spirit.
yeah, that's right. That is. And that's one of the great enemies of progress. So now let me read. Upon his return to Puri, Raja Prataparudra Deva and several Pandit Brahmanas joined the banner of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was now 27 years of age. In his 28th year, he went to Bengal as far as Gorda in Malda. There he picked up two great personages named Rupa and Sanatan. Though descendant from the lines of the Carnatic Brahmanas, which are like high-class Brahmanas, these two brothers had turned demi-Mohammedans by their continual contact with Hussein Shah, the then emperor of Gorda. Their names had been changed by the emperor into Can you mute yourself if you're going to chant japa? Their names had been changed by the emperor into Dabira Kash and Shakara Malika. And their master loved them heartedly, as they were both learned in Persian, Arabic, and Sanskrit, and were loyal servants of the state. The two gentlemen had found no way to come back as regular Hindus and had written to Mahaprabhu while he was at Puri for spiritual help. Mahaprabhu had written in reply that he would come to them and extricate them out of their spiritual difficulties. Now that he had come to Gorda, both the brothers appeared before him with their long-standing prayer. Mahaprabhu ordered them to go to Vrindavan and meet him there. Chaitanya returned to Puri through Shantipur, where he again met his dear mother. After a short stay at Puri, he left for Vrindavan. This time he was accompanied by one Balabhadra Bhattacharya. He visited Vrindavan and came down to Prayag, Allahabad, converting a large number of Mohammedans to Vaishnavism by argument from the Quran. The descendants of those converts are still known as Patana Vaishnavas. Rupa Goswami met him in Allahabad. Chaitanya trained him up in spirituality in 10 days and directed him to go to Vrindavan on 2 missions. His first mission, you're going to be questioned and tested on this, so pay attention. His first mission was to write theological works scientifically explaining pure bhakti and prema. The second mission was to revive the places where Krishna Chandra had, at the end of Dwapar Yuga, exhibited his spiritual leela for the benefit of the religious world. Rupa Goswami left Allahabad for Vrindavan, and Mahaprabhu came down to Benares. There he resided in the house of Chandrasekhar and accepted his daily bhiksha meal in the house of Tapana Mishra. Here it was that Sanatan Goswami joined him and took instructions for 2 months in spiritual matters. Biographers, especially Krishnadas Kaviraj, have given us details of Chaitanya's teachings to Rupa and Sanatan. Krishnadas was not a contemporary writer, but he gathered his information from the 6 Goswamis themselves, the direct disciples of Mahaprabhu. Jiva Goswami, who was a nephew of Sanatan and Rupa, and who has left us his invaluable work, the Sat Sandarbhas, has philosophized on the precepts of his great leader. We have gathered and summarized the precepts of Chaitanya from the books of those great writers. So now this was written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So this was a long time ago. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote this, and now we're of course reading it. So some of the words may not be so modern, but you get the idea. So Rupa and Sanatana Goswami wrote to Lord Chaitanya when Lord Chaitanya was where? Could you say it out loud?
Goda? I don't know.
What, Prabhuji, what is the question?
Rupa and Sanatan wrote to Lord Chaitanya when he was where?
Ramakeli? They met at Ramakeli. I don't know where he was.
When Lord Chaitanya was where?
Puri?
Banaras.
Puri. He was in Puri. Okay. Then he told them what? Lord Chaitanya told the two brothers what?
To write about prema?
No.
To be patient and wait, and he would extricate them from their predicament.
Right, when he goes to where? He goes to
Vrindavan.
No. Just name every place in India, eventually you'll get it.
Ahmedabad.
No.
Prayag.
No.
Right.
Well, that was one. I don't know what they said. Gorda. When he went to Gorda. Or I guess Bengal. Some part of Bengal. Now, this is a nice question. What was their names, Rupa and Sanatan? Because
Dabir Kas and Sakar Malik.
very, very good, very good. You are knowing. Okay, what languages did they speak?
Which one is which?
Dabir Kas is Rupa Goswami, Sakar Malik is Sanatan Goswami.
It depends which nectar of devotion you read. The older versions say the opposite, but the newer ones say what she said.
She's probably right, because
Yeah.
she's never
I
wrong.
think they made corrections.
But what language?
The languages,
They
the Arabic,
they spoke
Persian,
Persian, Arabic, that much I know. And
Okay, when I was
Sanskrit.
looking it up, how many
Sanskrit.
people looked it up?
No, I didn't look it up. I don't
I
have
did
a book.
not.
Arabic,
Persian, Sanskrit, Sanskrit, Bengali.
and
Farsi,
French.
Farsi.
Farsi?
It doesn't
Yes.
say it here, but it may be.
Okay,
The Persian is Farsi.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
okay.
Well, I'm glad we got you on there, Sudevi Priya. So we don't make mistakes. Okay, let's see, any other questions?
But that's the time when Lord Chaitanya told Dabir Kas and Sakar Malik that just like a married woman who has a paramar, she goes on, she does her duties with great attention, but in her heart, she's thinking or meditating on her lover, her happiness she has with her lover. So in the same way that they should carefully carry on their duties and meditate on the Lord. And by doing so, the Lord will make all arrangements for their delivery from this position.
But what was Rupa and Sanatana their initiated names?
He said, and from now on, you'll be called Rupa and Sanatan. He gave them the names.
So Kabir Khan, with that Sakar Malik and Kabir Khan or whatever, were the Muslim names assigned to them. They must have had some.
They had different names. I remember Sanatan was What was Anandarupa's husband's name before?
I know their brother's name, Anupam
Um,
and one other.
Santosh. One was Santosh. One was Santosh, and I can't remember the other one.
Mhm. Because it says they came from the Gaud Saraswat community, which is the community we come from. So Devi Priya and I.
Oh,
Right.
that's right.
Yeah, in fact, I never said that, but I remember talking to Yugal Kishore Prabhu, and he said, "You're from Karnataka, you're Brahmins, right?" And I said, "Yes." So he said, "Are you Kannada speaking?" And I said, "No, we're Konkani." And what a kind of Brahmins? And I said, "We are Gauda Saraswat Brahmins." And he said, "Oh, you come from Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami's lineage," he said, So I said, "Yeah, but now we are completely degraded, that doesn't mean anything."
Okay, not one question.
Santosha and Amara Bhatta, it says.
Santosh and who?
Amara Bhatta.
Amar Bhatta.
Amara. Right. I remember. Okay.
Where did you read it?
Just Google Guru.
Okay, keep your book shut, keep your computer, no Google any of this. And anyone who knows the answer can just answer out loud. Where did Lord Chaitanya meet Rupa Goswami?
Prayag. Banaras.
No, where did he teach him?
The Shashwar
Ghat.
The Shashwar Mega.
Okay, Prayag is the same as Allahabad, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was Allahabad.
But she was right. The Dashashvameda Ghat.
Oh, right, right place.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. How many days did it take Lord Chaitanya to train Rupa Goswami in spirituality?
10 days.
Yes.
I was going to say 10 days too. Guessing.
No, not guessing.
No,
It was for Sanat.
She's got a book open.
No. I don't have anything. I'm watching you through my phone.
Okay. Okay. Lord Chaitanya instructed Rupa Goswami to go to Vrindavan and do what?
To excavate the places.
Pastimes of Krishna.
The places? Any place?
Lord Krishna's pastimes.
Radha Krishna's pastimes and scriptures, writing the scriptures, and propagating the Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
Spreading Krishna consciousness.
Anybody want to add to that?
Write about prema. That's what he.
Yeah, that's more specific.
Yeah.
Science
Krishna
of the love
Prema.
of Krishna.
Krishna Prema.
Anyone say
She used,
this?
that's
Anyone
good.
say
She said
this? Did anyone
scientifically.
say this?
Well, she just said, right.
She did say it. Oh, okay. I didn't hear the right. Yeah, to write theological works explaining scientifically pure bhakti or prema.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys doing pretty good. Oh, one more question. How long did Mahaprabhu instruct Sanatana Goswami in spirituality?
30 days. 30 days.
1 month. Yeah, I remember 1 month.
Well, you're both wrong.
2 months.
Yes, who said that?
Homeo.
Homeo Prabhu.
Homeo gets the point.
And where?
And where did he preach to him?
In Banaras.
Banaras.
Whose house?
Tapan Mishra's house.
Yeah, Tapan
Well, you
Mishra.
guys are getting really good, really
Tapan
good.
Mishra, right.
Tapan Mishra.
And,
Chandrasekhar Azad also
he
was there.
He was there.
Yeah.
If you have a quiz, we can put Sudevi Priya and Shuddha Bhakti on the same team now.
You want on the same team or no?
No.
Not on the
No?
same team.
Oh.
Prabhu.
Why Mataji? Why?
Because
Krishna
we
Prabhu.
want some advantage for each team.
Okay, why don't you read here? Wow.
Prabhu, I have a question.
What's your question?
Why did it take Lord Chaitanya more time to teach Sanatana Goswami than Rupa Goswami?
I thought the same thing. I mean,
I too.
we don't really know the answer. We can just speculate. Maybe it was the rainy season, so he had more time to stay in one place. Maybe it was,
Or Sanatana Goswami was asking more questions.
Or
Yeah.
or who was the younger brother? I don't know.
Younger brother is
Anupam.
Rupa Goswami.
Rupa
Sanatana
Rupa
Goswami is
Goswami.
the older
Rupa is
brother.
Yeah, maybe
Sanatana
Sanatan
took
was
longer.
Sanatana Goswami is the guru of Rupa Goswami, and he's the
Rupa
older brother.
Goswami.
No, he was older, maybe it took a little longer. I don't know. But it's a fact. We don't know. We really don't know. All we can do is speculate on that. We
But
don't.
also Lord Chaitanya was staying at Tapan Mishra's house. And at that same time, he also spoke with Prakashananda Saraswati, you know,
Yes.
other things too.
Yeah, I would think Rupa Goswami would stay as long as he could. So, you know, after 10 days, maybe Lord Chaitanya was going somewhere else, where in this case, he was staying there, so Sanatan took a bit. I don't think any of those devotees would think, okay, now I know enough, I'll just go and do what you said.
Or maybe after getting instruction from Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami left to Vrindavan. Like in that short 10 days. What do you say, Pyari Prabhu?
I'd say, why would he go? Why would he leave Lord Chaitanya?
To go, follow the instruction, to
If
implement
Lord
the
Chaitanya
instruction.
told him to go, you want to stay with, I just think he'd want to stay with him just as long as he could and hear from him. But whatever the reason, Lord Chaitanya wanted him to do this, he told him, and he may have just gone because he told him to do it.
Maybe we'll find out as we read
I
this
don't think
book.
we're
I
going to
don't
find out,
remember,
but maybe
I
we
don't
will.
think
But all we're doing here is speculating. It could be many, many different
Yeah.
reasons. We have no idea.
because he wanted to.
Okay, so now she's going to continue reading.
Well, at Benares, Chaitanya had an interview with the learned sannyasis of that town in the house of a Maratha Brahmana who had invited all the sannyasis for an entertainment. At this interview, Chaitanya showed a miracle which attracted all the sannyasis to him. Then ensued reciprocal conversations. The sannyasis were headed by their most learned leader, Prakashananda Saraswati. After a short controversy, they submitted to Mahaprabhu and admitted that they had been misled by the commentaries of Shankaracharya. It was impossible even for learned scholars to oppose Chaitanya for a long time, as there was some spell in him which touched their hearts and made them weep for their spiritual improvement. The sannyasis of Benares soon fell at the feet of Chaitanya and asked for his grace, Kripa. Chaitanya then preached pure bhakti and instilled into their hearts a spiritual love for Krishna, which obliged them to give up sectarian feelings. The whole population of Benares, on this wonderful conversation of the sannyasis, turned Vaishnava, and they made a massive sankirtan with their new Lord. After sending Sanatan to Vrindavan, Mahaprabhu went to Puri again through the jungles with his comrade Balabhadra. Balabhadra reported that Mahaprabhu showed a good many miracles on his way to Puri, such as making tigers and elephants dance on hearing the name of Krishna. From this time, that is, from his 31st year, Mahaprabhu continually lived in Puri in the house of Kashi Mishra until his disappearance in his 48th year at the time of Sankirtan in the temple of Tota Gopinath. During these 18 years, his life was one of settled love and piety. He was surrounded by numerous followers, all of whom were of the highest order of the Vaishnavas and who were distinguished from the common people by their purest character and learning, firm religious principles, and spiritual love of Radha and Krishna. Swarup Damodar, who had been known by the name of Purushottamacharya while Mahaprabhu was in Nadia, joined him from Benares and accepted service as his secretary. No production of any poet or philosopher could be laid before Mahaprabhu unless Swarup had passed it as pure and useful. Roy Ramananda was his second mate. Both he and Swarup would sing while Mahaprabhu expressed his sentiment on a certain point of worship. Paramananda Puri was his minister in matters of religion. There were hundreds of anecdotes described by his biographers which we do not think it meet here to reproduce. Mahaprabhu slept short. His sentiments carried him far and wide in the firmament of spirituality every day and night, and all his admirers and followers watched him throughout. He worshipped, communicated with his missionaries in Vrindavan, and conversed with those religious men who newly came to visit him. He sang and danced, took no care of himself, and oftentimes lost himself in religious beatitude. All who came to him believed in him as the all-beautiful God appearing in the netherworld for the benefit of mankind. He loved his mother all along and sent her Mahaprasad now and then with those who went to Nadia. He was most amiable in nature. Humility was personified in him. His sweet appearance gave cheer to all who came in contact with him. He appointed Prabhu Nityananda as the missionary in charge of Bengal. He dispatched 6 disciples, Goswamis, to Vrindavan to preach love in the upcountry. He punished all of his disciples who deviated from a holy life. This he markedly did in the character of Junior Haridas. He never lacked in giving proper instructions in life to those who solicited them. This was seen in his teachings to Raghunath Das Goswami. His treatment of Haridas Sr. showed how he loved spiritual men and how he defied caste distinction in the cause of spiritual brotherhood. Oh,
That's the end of the.
that's the end.
So anything you want to say?
I have a question, Jiva.
Okay.
You mentioned he lived a life of settled love and piety. I didn't understand what that word you used. Settled love or subtle love? Or
Settled.
settled love? What does settled love mean?
Try to find it so I can. Sorry.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, this was written a long time ago, so there's some words that what we may not use today to say the same thing, but who's going to find it?
His life was one of settled love and piety.
Settled.
Yeah, I thought, like, what is that word? Did I not hear the word right? You know.
Well, when I think of settled, I think of firm. Firm.
Like fully firmed up, fully settled.
Yeah, unshakable. It's settled. You know, it's firmly fixed.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Firmly fixed love. Yeah.
You don't hear these words much anymore. Beatitude.
Yeah.
Yes. I think in the Bible, don't they have beatitudes? Or Christians have some beatitudes.
No, they have.
Right?
I know a lot of Christians have an attitude, but I'm not sure.
About beatitudes.
And I was thinking, like, Krishna himself is preaching to these sannyasis at Banaras. How can they not change right from there? They changed. Yeah. I mean, they felt this, they felt this change in their hearts. Yeah.
As there was some spell in him, which touched their hearts and made them weep. You know, I weep for their spiritual improvement. They felt so humbled in his presence. And devotees felt this with Prabhupada. So many, you know, the man, everyone, you know, they cried in his presence.
Yeah.
That power of the spiritual, you know, just the spiritual nature, you know, it's
right.
It's so purifying it brings that out on one.
Yeah, in my last night's verse in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, I was reading that Murari Chaitanya Das, he was like such a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya that anywhere he passed, everybody became a devotee just by his presence.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I wish I had somebody like that pass by me.
Okay, make
And there's
everybody,
another devotee who he had a whip, and whoever he hit with the whip, they would become Krishna conscious.
I think it
Abhiram
was
Thakur.
Jaimangal.
Abhiram
the
Das.
same person.
Abhiram
So
Thakur.
Jaimangal.
All at
Yeah.
once.
Oh, it's a different one.
Actually, Jaimangal was a whip name I was saying. Actually, I was also
Yeah.
thinking the same time I was about to say Jiva Mataji said.
Yeah.
Is Lord Nityananda's disciple,
They're so potent.
Abhiram Thakur.
Any medium, you know. Their effulgence, Lord Chaitanya turns on his effulgence, or he touches someone, you know. Just seeing.
I know, I read somewhere that he is Radharani's brother, you know,
Sridham. Yes,
Sridham, Radharani's brother. And in Chaitanya Leela, he's Abhiram Thakur.
okay, I have two questions. Make sure everybody closes their books. These are questions of people. So I just want the names of these two people. First one is, no production of any poet or philosopher could be laid before Mahaprabhu unless it was approved by who?
By Swarup Damodar.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to have people raise their hands.
Swarup Damodar. Before it get approved from Swarup Damodar.
Yeah, did everyone agree? Did whoever else was saying it?
Yes.
They also say Swarup
Yes,
Damodar?
Swarup Damodar.
Yes.
Do you want to give other people a chance?
Yeah, so raise your hands instead of that. We're gonna do it. You know how to raise your hand?
Well, I'm not on camera.
Well, can you you can't press that little thing to raise your hand?
I don't think you have to be on camera.
I don't know.
Yeah,
if
see,
you have-
Kavish is showing.
Yeah, okay. Savish, did you have anything to say? Or you
Well,
just
I'm just gonna wait till if nobody knows it, then if I know it, I'll say.
Okay.
Okay, raise your hand, don't call out loud, and don't look in your book. Who did Mahaprabhu appoint as the missionary in charge of Bengal? I don't see any hands going up. Oh, yeah.
Can I answer? I can guess.
Wait,
give
I
other
want to
people a
see,
chance.
who's got their hands. We're gonna try to pick someone who hasn't spoken much. Well, we only got, okay,
Only two hands.
okay, Padma Lochani.
I'm
Well,
guessing
I
originated.
consider I've raised
Nityananda
my
Prabhu.
hand, Pyari Prabhu.
Okay, but he called on
I called Padma
Padma
Lochani. Why is everyone else
Okay.
talking?
Okay.
Nityananda Prabhu.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I need the answer,
Yes.
but I didn't
Okay.
get called.
Okay, any more
We'll
questions?
just assume your hands are always up.
Yeah, we'll assume, we'll ask you if nobody else, somebody new. I want to, it's mostly you and Shuddha have been answering, so I'm going to try to pick other people. So you can probably raise your hand, even if you don't know the answer, and I'll probably call somebody else. So you look like you know. But if nobody else answers, there's a little risk, but then I'm going to call on you. And then you'll have to say, I just raised my hand because I thought you wouldn't call on me.
What's the name of another close associate of Lord Chaitanya?
Oh, come on.
Mentioned here.
Oh, come on, that's not.
Well, he has 3.5 closest
Oh, yeah,
associates. So
okay.
name.
So if you know, well, I know who that is.
Well, I can guess. I mean, I don't know if I heard correctly.
Okay, did anybody else? Wait,
Yes, yes.
Kavish, what do you think?
Is it Ramananda Rai, Prabhuji?
Yes, very
Yeah,
good.
Yes.
that was my guess.
Yes.
I figured you would guess. Sudevi Priya, you got
No, Prabhuji, they say in Swarup Damodar is Lalita Sakhi and Ramananda Rai is Vishaka Sakhi.
Vishaka.
So they're in Krishna Leela, they're close associates too.
Right.
And who was his minister in matters of religion? Anybody remember?
I think it was Ramananda.
Yeah. Priya.
Pratap.
Malti Priya, you're not looking up any of this stuff, are
No,
you?
Prabhu, I don't know the answer for this.
Your hands up.
Your hands up.
I was going to answer the associates. Like I thought she was going to ask all of the associates or something.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. So I know Shiki Mahiti or somebody is the half associate.
No, he's a full one, but the
Full
half,
one? Okay. Okay.
yeah,
That's all I know, Manju. That's it.
and the half is his sister,
Oh, okay.
Mataji.
Okay, what was the last question? I think Padmalochini.
Padmalochini?
Okay, don't raise your hand if you take it off if you don't have a question.
Yeah, Prabhuji, you said the Ramananda Rai's minister, right? What did you ask? Sorry.
But there was someone
Who's
else,
the
the minister,
minister?
in matters of religion that we read here. No, no one. You don't hear this. Oh, Shuddha Bhakti has her hand up too.
Okay. Oh.
I'm just guessing. Is it Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya?
No,
Okay.
nobody.
Is it Paramananda Puri Mataji?
Yes, yes.
Who guessed it?
Very good. Balabi Gopi.
Very good. Okay, so anybody else have any questions?
What did Lord Chaitanya
Yes.
send to his mother
Oh,
every now and then?
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I
can
know
I
it.
answer? Can I answer?
Can I,
Wait a
can I
minute.
answer too?
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Somebody?
It's hard to go
Jai
and
Radhe.
raise the.
Jai Radhe. Jai Radhe, your hand's up.
You gotta unmute.
Yeah.
How'd your hand get up, Jai Radhe?
Sorry, I'm on the phone and you have to hit a bunch of buttons to go back and forth.
Oh.
Mahaprasad.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it too.
Yeah,
I didn't get to say it.
I knew
I
it.
came in the last 20 minutes or so, so I'm just excited I got anything. So
No, I was muting, unmuting. Now I'm keeping it unmuted so that I can pipe in.
So we can hear all your yeah.
That one I could have answered too.
Anyone else have a question?
Yes. Can I ask one question, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
So, we are talking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence, and we also talked about how these sannyasis got humble. So, how do we understand when Kala Krishna Das have left the company and he joined this group where he got enticed with this group with the women?
Gypsies.
So, can you please enlighten?
I don't understand what she's asking.
Okay, these sannyasis.
She's
they
not
got-
asking anything we read.
No.
She's asking something else. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you hear the question?
No, something about the sannyasis, the gypsies.
So, the names of the gypsies, I know
Krishnadas
the names.
Kalidas.
I know their names.
Oh, you want their names?
No,
Is
she's
that what
asking,
she's saying?
how is it
No,
going?
I was
God
asking.
fell down in the Lord's association.
Oh, that's
when in
a
the Lord's association, the sannyasis were, delivered.
Uplifted, yeah.
Yeah, even these sannyasis, Mayavadi sannyasis, they were delivered. in Mahaprabhu's
I think
association.
I think it's shown you anybody can fall in Maya.
We wanted to give a lesson.
We also had a similar situation in ISKCON when there's sannyasis or advanced devotees and fell down. Devotees asked Srila Prabhupada, how is it that these advanced devotees fall down? Or how is it that advanced devotees fall down? And Prabhupada's answer was, advanced devotees don't fall down.
Mhm.
So we may think they're advanced. And this
But
may
we
be
all-
a pastime also, just to show us that, anytime you can fall in Maya. Prabhupada says it's like a razor's edge, spiritual life. It's a razor's edge, and anytime you can get cut, you have to be very attentive all the time, not to fall into illusion. Or if you follow those 6 principles we mentioned earlier, have no interest outside the interests of the Lord. Be meek and humble, always depend on the Lord's mercy, always feel protected by the Lord, have accept what's favorable for devotional service and reject what's unfavorable. And if you're just doing that, then you'll have no problem. It's when you,
Thank you, Prabhuji. Mataji. That makes sense.
We also see in the pastime of Chota Haridas Thakur also, where Mahaprabhu has rejected him. And then he committed suicide by drowning in Ganges or Yamuna something. In Ganges, I think so.
then what happened?
Then in the end, Mahaprabhu, at one of the things, they could hear him singing. So he was there. Mahaprabhu accepted his singing. So it was a lesson for everybody else, but he did come back in spirit, and he could sing beautifully, and Mahaprabhu enjoyed his singing.
And
So
other
that way,
people heard him singing too sometimes. I think other people also heard, but Mahaprabhu certainly heard.
Yeah.
So he's still serving Lord Chaitanya.
Yeah, he uses his close associates to teach lessons.
Yeah. There was someone else who did something. Maybe somebody can remember what it was, but where Lord Chaitanya banned him and never wanted to see him again, and then the devotees were pleading to Lord Chaitanya.
Murari Gupta? Murari Gupta?
No.
No.
I thought it was Mukunda that.
Yeah, Mukunda.
Mukunda, okay, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and he said only 10,000 years.
10,000, yes.
No, first he was rejecting. He didn't want to.
Yeah, he could not
see him at
Yeah.
all. And then they pleaded, and he says after something like 10,000 births,
10 million
Yes.
birds or something
Yes,
like
yeah.
that.
then he can get my association. And then he became so ecstatic
Yeah.
because 10,000, only 10,000 birds, and I can again have Lord Chaitanya.
10 million, I think. 10 million, I think. I don't know. Some
Maybe
big
10
number.
million.
Yeah, for
It was
us,
a
it's
lot
a
of
long
birds.
time.
And
Yes.
then Lord Chaitanya, after he
Said
found
you
out how
can call him
ecstatic he was.
immediately.
Okay, I can't talk.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's 8 o'clock. Any other questions?
I have one question, Prabhuji. Pranata Govindas.
Oh,
I have one question. Are you 10? Are you 20? 30? Are you 40? Are you 70? Hare
Krishna Yo, Hare Krishna Yo, Hare Krishna
Hari Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Yo. You never take
Never
over
take
again.
May you
You
never
never
but
take
again.
May
You
you
never
never
take but
take
again.
Go
Go back home,
Go back home
go back home, back
again.
home, back home, back
Back
चलो ऊपर आओ सारे Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3? Are you 4? Are you 5? Are you 6?
Are you 10? Are you 20? Are you 30? Are you 40? Are you 60? Are you 70? 71?
Come.
He was
Prabhuji, did you get
never
my
born. He was never born.
72, 73.
Prabhuji,
Mother Jiva? Did you get my message this morning?
What message?
I left a message on your phone. I called you several times and nobody picked up, and I left a message.
Something was wrong with the phone. I don't know.
Because it's my dad's birthday today. So this morning, I never forget Pyari Prabhu's birthday. So at 9 o'clock, I called, and then I called at 10 o'clock, and I left a message.
well, we'll see. Pick up the phone. See if you get it busy.
We'll check.
We'll check after. We didn't check the message, but thank you. Thank you all. That was really nice. Beautiful, harmonizing.
Happy birthday to you.
Again. Never take birth again. Never take birth again. Go back home, back again. Go back home, back. Go back home,
Are you dead?
Now,
Are we gonna have cake?
I'd like to say that I'm really glad you did this. Because now I see that everyone's cameras actually do work.
Got your birthday gift.
Every day on your class, you sing a birthday song so that
Yeah,
everyone found the
because you
camera.
insist on having camera on, so we thought that we can on
Mother
for a
Jiva,
few
did you make a
minutes.
cake for Pyari Prabhu?
Yeah.
She made a pie, a pizza pie.
Oh, that's what you like.
Yeah, I'd rather that than a cake.
I made strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, she did make
There's a
made a
song
cake.
like that, isn't it? Like a pizza pie, that's amore.
Yes. That's when the moon hits your eyes like a big pizza pie. That's amore. That's a nice Italian song in case.
So you got pizza, Pyari Prabhu. That's your favorite, right?
Yes, definitely one of my favorites. I don't know, pizza, lasagna. I like them both. I don't know if I have one I like better than the other, but they're both really good. Anyway, that's what I wanted. I'd rather that than a cake. We did get a cake too, but the pizza was the main course. Okay, anyway, thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. And nice seeing you all, which is it's
So
really
Pyari Prabhu,
nice.
you're 71?
What?
No,
Are you 71?
73.
3.
Oh, wow.
I told Tulsi asked how old I was. I said 10. She said, "You're not 10." I said, "Yes, 7 and 3 is 10." But she knows I'm older than that.
So I'm only 1 year younger than you, Pyari Prabhu.
Really?
Yeah.
You look a lot younger.
6 and 3,
Oh,
9.
6.
So I'm
Oh,
only
okay.
1 year younger.
Okay. So you're 9 and I'm 10. And next year I'll be 11. I can tell you, I just had a dream, and in my dream, somehow, well, I know how because I talked about a couple of things. I saw I was in the Navy, but I remembered I was 73 years old, and I was thinking, how long should I stay in order to retire? I have to stay in another 16 years. And I was figuring out how old I would be when I retire. Because when I retire, I'd get a full pension. and I remember asking what aircraft carrier we're on. And I was the Forester, which is actually is an aircraft carrier. I was never on it, and my friend Mahamuni, nice devotee, he was an officer on the carrier, and I met him there. Anyway, it's a long, crazy dream, but I remember thinking about whether I should retire from the Navy. Yeah, and I'm 73, and I don't know why I was there or what. I do remember a few things, but
And you said you would retire at 89 at that rate.
89, yes.
yeah, I would have been 89, and then I don't have to work after that.
Was Mahamani Prabhu actually in the Navy?
No, actually, he was not the Navy. He was in the Army, I think.
Yeah, he was in the Army. That's what I thought, because
I
had-
Army or Marines, I'm not positive.
She
But-
knows it?
How do you know Mahamuni?
No, because I had heard a lecture by my Guru Maharaj for Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj's, before passing, when they all got together. Mahamuni Prabhu used to be like a squatter, and he used to boss everybody around, and he used to boss Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj too. And Maharaj said, like, I should slap you or something. And he said, slap me, Maharaj, slap me. And of course, Maharaj didn't slap him. And then next day he ate something and his tooth was hurting, like that jaw was hurting. Because he was
Mahamuni.
Mahamuni Maharaj. Yeah, that whole episode was recounted in the whole pastime was recounted in a lecture. So that's how
Mahamuni probably, he continues, as far as I know, he continues bossing people around.
Where is it?
I
No,
don't know
because
where
he has leadership qualities. I believe he was in the army and he has those leadership qualities,
Yeah, he is. He is really nice. I really,
Okay, you hold it.
although I don't know where he is anymore, but I did see him in my dreams. And we talked.
Hare Krishna, Pyari Prabhu. Dandot Pranam.
Who's talking?
This is Sundar Gopinath Das here. Happy Krishna conscious birthday, Prabhu. May you always be, as youthful as 21.
That's what?
Your age never grows above 21.
Well, my mind is deteriorating even from that age. But physically, I'm definitely old, but mentally, you don't think you're old. It's like.
And Pyari, by your 10 and 9 standards, I am older than you. 11.
So Mother, Gita Mala Mataji, so we have age now. 21 is Pyari Prabhu, 22 Gita Mala Mataji, has 20 is Sudevi Priya Mataji.
I'm only 9, Prabhu. Don't make me only older. I'm only 9.
She's
I
9.
want to stay
Pyari
9.
Prabhu is 10.
Okay, anyway,
I am the oldest here, 11.
I'm 9.
I'll drop
Navobida
off, Prabhu.
Bhakti.
Hari Bol.
Pyari Prabhu, Vrinda made a flower for you. She was too shy to share, so I'm sharing.
Oh, wow. It looks like a potato with wings.
Show it again. Show it again.
Show it again. Let's see it. It's nice. Who?
Really good.
Brenda made it?
Vrinda.
Oh, thank her very much for that flower. I want to get it. If you can send it over, like I send the cookies sometimes to the kids.
Okay, I'll do that.
Only if she knew the magic that you could do.
And I'm getting too old. I can't even do it anymore. I forget how. She was asking me to do it again today. I don't remember how. Anyway, thank you all.
Hare Krishna, Pyari Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam. Happy birthday. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You are still a magical boy for Tulsi Pyare Prabhu, so you're good.
Hey, Dula Krishna.
Just joined.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Got to see
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank you. Hari Bol. Okay, we're gonna go because.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, his mother.
Hare Krishna. Nice to see you.
Happy birthday, Prabhuji.
Good to see Ba. It's nice.
Happy birthday.
Come over there. Pyari Prabhu, is there any pizza left?
Yeah, well, if you get here soon, because I'm gonna start eating some more.
I'm gonna start driving now. I will come running, Prabhuji.
I'll see if I can do the magic and you'll find it under your pillow.
How's Gabby?
I just had email exchange with her, text exchange.
The pizza showed up with Nanda Gopal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he sent us pizza.
Where'd that come from?
Wow.
These are offerings for you, Prabhu, from distance.
It's for you.
From who?
It's an
From
offering.
Nanda Gopal, Prabhu.
Yes, you made it.
I made it.
Rangnath Govind made it.
Wow. But you forgot to bring it.
Pranath Prabhu, I'm coming. I think I'm closer to you than East Hartford Temple. If you
More
keep
closer
showing
me,
this for
Prabhu.
even one more second, then it
Prabhu,
is
more closer is me. This is Rasraj.
Okay.
By the time you come, I'll reach there.
Okay. Anyone can come and grab. We have.
Okay, I'll be there.
Anyway, thank you very much. And I did have pizza and I did enjoy it, and I don't think I'm giving it to anybody else. although Nanda Gopal, he got a slice.
Ooh.
Yeah, he never said.
And Neela and Janma and Madhu, they also got some pizza. They came over. They came over and gave me a gift, so they got some pizza.
Pyari Prabhu is impartial to everyone.
Right. I'm impartial. Anyone who gives me a gift gets a slice of pizza. I'm not partial. It doesn't matter who it is.
Prabhu, you didn't give us the pizza. We came to
Huh?
see.
She said, you didn't give us pizza. Janavarani.
Oh,
They
yeah.
gave you a gift. They gave you a
Because we
gift.
know you don't rather Indian sweets than pizza. Oh, she gave him a cinnamon roll. That's an equivalent. Okay. Anyway, next time we gotta stop. We're gonna get our kitchen open, and then we can make a lot of pizza. We need help in just making the dough, rolling it out, and we'll make a lot of pizza. We'll have a big pizza party.
Haribol.
Does that mean the cooking classes and stuff would be starting when that happens?
That means what?
About cooking classes, about learning to cook and cooking Indian food, because that's something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, we'll start with the Indian food. We'll start with pizza.
That sounds good. That sounds good to me.
So let us
Just put some hing, it'll become Indian pizza, bro.
Well, we definitely use hing.
Then you put some chilies.
Okay. Anyway, it's I'm gonna leave because I don't know how else to get out of here.
Okay. Happy
Hare
birthday.
Vancha
Hare
Vancha
Krishna.
Happy
kalpatarubhyascha
birthday,
kripa
Vanshpal. Patitanam Pavanebhyo.
Prabhu. Pyare
Ananta
Prabhu
Koti
ki
Vaishnava
jai.
Vrinda. Shri
Ki
Prabhupada
jai.
Ki Pyari Prabhu Ki Jai.
Pyari Prabhu ki jai.
Happy Krishna conscious birthday, Pyare Prabhu ji.
Happy Krishna
Consciousness.
Birthday, Pyari Prabhu.
Happy Krishna conscious birthday to
Hare Krishna devotees.
Happy birthday, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We are going to
Hare Krishna,
Happy
Pyari
Krishna
Prabhu.
conscious
we are
birthday.
going to have
we are,
Indian night for
sir,
Pyari
we are going to
Prabhu.
chant.
So please, who can stay back, please stay for 10 minutes. Please chant together. And you can all chant by putting mics on mute. And we will be together chanting the holy names for spiritual benefit of Pyari Prabhu, Jiva Mataji, and entire Hartford community. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Vinamine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Vinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini
Jaya Sri
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadha Jivanausadhi Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Jiva Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Jivanausadhi Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Jivanausadhi Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Jivanausadhi Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Jivanausadhi Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shyam. वृंदावन धाम मोर मना लगे बरसाने मोर मना लगे बरसाने प्रेम से मोर मना लगे बरसाने में मोर मना लगे बरसाने मोर मना लगे बरसाने में मोर मना लगे बरसाने 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 जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी राधा रानी की जय महारानी की जय 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 राधा रानी वृषभानु दुलाल की जय जय जय, 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 राधा रानी की जय, महारानी की 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 जय, महारानी की जय, राधा रानी 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 की जय, महारानी की जय, जय महारानी की जय, राधा रानी की जय, महारानी की जय, महारानी की जय, राधा रानी की जय, महारानी की जय, राधा रानी की जय, महारानी की जय, जय 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 राधे, जय 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 राधे, जय 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 राधे, जय जय राधे, जय 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 राधा रानी की जय, महारानी की जय, जय जय श्री राधे श्याम, जय जय श्री राधे श्याम, जय जय श्री राधे श्याम, सबको मिले वृंदावन धाम। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, जय गौर प्रेमानंदे
हरि हरि बोल।
प्यारी मोहन प्रभु की जय।
हरे
कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Pranat Prabhuji. Thank you, Nandagopal Prabhu. Thank you, Tanmay Prabhuji.